What's going on, guys? Kyle here from EdgeCross-X. We got Gil here today. We're going to be taking you guys through some proper tips on form and how to properly use your EdgeCross-X. Let's get it going. So why is form important? Form is important because we want to make sure that we're getting the most efficient, most effective workout that we can while minimizing the risk of injury. Alright guys, so we're going to show, first things first, we're going to show you positioning of your EdgeCross-X. So you're going to bring it up, we're going to have our feet shoulder width apart, we're going to have the bar directly in front of our lower chest. We don't want it in front of our face and we don't want to be looking at the bar. We want to have our chest up, head up, with it directly under our lower chest. And so if you were to be doing a push-up, you would be here, and now we're going to go into the side row. So with the side row, we're just as if you were using a cable machine, we're going to pull to about 45 degrees and keep tension on our lat. So we're going to pull here. And we don't want to be pulling up into our head, and we want to keep our chest up, head up, pull directly into our rib cage. And now we're going to have Gil demonstrate that on the ground for you. Alright, so we're going to have him get into his push-up position. He's going to come up a bit. His chest is directly under the bar. His feet are shoulder width apart. His knees a little bit bent. And now we're going to have him do a push-up 2 or 3 times just to make sure that he's in good position. Chest up, head up, like I said. And so now we're going to go into the side row like we talked about. So he's going to pull up into his rib cage. If you can see right here, the bar is about 45 degrees and his shoulder and elbow are at a 90-degree angle. And so now he's going to do a few repetitions just to show you what this looks like. Perfect. And so now he's going to drop this side down and he's going to come up on the other side. And we're going to show you that this is called stacking. And what stacking is you want to make sure that your shoulder is in line with your wrist. And what this is going to do is this is going to take away a lot of tension on your shoulder when you're in this position. So this is a common mistake that happens when you're using your EdgeCross-X. So as you can see, his butt is very rounded, his hands are very far in front of his face, and the bar is almost right in front of his forehead. So I'm going to have him do a push-up in this position. And as you can see, there's not much chest engagement, nor is there a lot of back engagement, almost that his chin is at the bar. And so now I'm going to have him do a side row that we talked about earlier. And so as you can see, there's no lat engagement and the bar is right where his head is. And so now if he wants to take it down, I can show you from here where to get into the proper position. So we're going to pull him up here. We're going to straighten out that back. We're going to bend the knees a little bit, feet are shoulder width apart. His chest is up, his head is up. And now we're going to do another push up here. And so now you can see there's a lot of chest engagement, a lot of back engagement. His shoulders are good, his elbows are good, and now we're going to pull up into that side row again. As you can see, he's in that rib cage now. That's the perfect position. That's where you want to be. His chest is up, his head is up, the bar is at 45 degrees. This is perfect. Another common mistake when we're using our EdgeCross-X is people tend to, when they're pulling up into the side row, they're going to pull their shoulder and the bar too high up. And I'm going to have Gil demonstrate that right now. So if you can see, his shoulder is almost straight up in the air, as well as the ball is almost straight up in the air. So we're going to square off his shoulders here, and we're going to pull down the bar to 45 degrees, and we're going to flex this bicep right here. Pull. So we don't want to have all of the weight resting on this down arm. And so as you can see now, squared off, his chest is up, his head is up, and we have that 90-degree angle like we talked about. And I really want to emphasize to squeeze together, because what squeezing together is going to do is it's going to take a lot of the tension off of that arm that's down and that wrist. It's going to put equal pressure on both, which is going to get your chest going as well. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be going over lateral foot movement as well as readjusting your position when necessary. Guys, so now we're going to have Gil get into his push-up position, and we're going to have him do that side row just a few times to see his lateral movement in his feet, just to keep him comfortable with the positioning. Alright. And so as you can see, now he's getting a little bit far back the bar is getting a little bit far ahead of him. So what we're going to have him do is we're going to have him readjust and pull up to have that position. And don't be afraid to readjust position as necessary. You may have to do this pretty frequently, just depending on the kind of movements that you're doing and how comfortable you feel while you're doing them. Alright guys, so now we're going to recap on what we just learned. So basically, we want to keep, just like as I was saying on a cable machine, we're going to pull into our rib cage right here. And we want to make sure that we have that 90-degree angle, our chest is square, our chest is up, our head is up, our back is square, our feet are shoulder width apart, knees a little bit bent, and we want to make sure that the bar is directly in front of our chest, right? We don't want to have it up in front of our face. We don't want to have our elbows high and pointed. We want to have everything nice and tight, nice and square, that 90 degrees with our chest up, head up. And remember, don't keep your feet stationary. Shuffle your feet, do lateral movements, readjust position when necessary to get proper form. This can be the most important thing to the effectiveness of this workout. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button. And you can also follow us on our social media platforms. We got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at EdgeCross-X. You can also hit our website, which is edgecrossx.com. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.